In terms of reading this article, Chris, and I think you might agree that the fans might think that Durant's just spinning, et cetera, et cetera. And the one thing that definitely leaps out to me, even though I do believe he's giving you the straight truth and most of this, do you think he really didn't decide to go to the Nets until June 30th?
Man, that's tough. Yeah, that's tough, man.
Because the contract was already, I mean, it came out fully detailed, fully baked out of the oven to be put on Instagram within seconds after the deadline passed on July 1st, Chris.
Yeah, Rich, you know, man, I cover free agency, man. I know how these agreements are worked out. You know, sometimes days, even weeks before. I don't know the details about this particular one. I'll just leave that up to everybody else to assume what happened. But he said June 30th, man. That's, you know, he's rolling with that.
And you know, one thing that you were also updating, I'm telling you, this is an amazing. Everyone's got to read this article. You really give us a full-on update of a lot of things that have been lingering or questions that needed to be answered. His health update. What did he look like to you, Chris?
Well, he had the brace on his right leg, and so he can't move around too well. You know, he hobbles around on that. But you know, his place is a massive. It's a mansion, I believe, like, I don't know, 8-9 bedrooms or something like that. So he has a lot of space, and everything that he needs for his rehab is right there at his disposal. And so, you know, he I guess he's moving okay considering the fact, but, you know, he's hobbling around. And I was there when his physical therapist came, and, you know, he kind of, you know, hobbled and made his way over to the massage table. But he's in good spirits, Rich. You know, I asked him, you know, I said, most people expect you to miss the entire season. He wouldn't confirm that. He was like, we'll see. He said, I'm going to try my best to get back, you know, as soon as I can. So I wouldn't be surprised, you know, if he was able to get back at some point next season, late in the season. But I do think it would probably be wise for him to just sit out the whole entire season to make sure he's able to give the Brooklyn Nets, you know, his full self the duration of his contract.
Yeah, the Brooklyn Nets, who he said it was always going to be them if he was going to leave the Warriors. So it was just really a two-team race when it all came down to it the entire time, Chris?
That's what he said, man.
That's just great.
That's what he said, man. You know, look, I think there was a lot of people in his circle, his small circle, that did want him to go to the Knicks. You know, his dad was a big Knicks fan, and, you know, his business partner is a big, huge Knicks fan. So I think there probably were people who wanted him to go there, but, you know, he said, you know, he asserts that, you know, it was always, if he was going to leave Golden State, it was going to be Brooklyn. And so I don't know how Kyrie falls into that. I don't know how, you know, he kind of downplayed Kyrie's role, you know, in the decision making. He said it just all happened to work out. But yeah, he says, you know, he said it was always a two-team race.
Thanks for the call. Always appreciate you doing that, and great work. And I guess in closing, I want to point out how your article closes to give the New York media a little heads up as to what's coming their way and who's coming their way and how media savvy the individual that's coming their way is. Do you want to recount the story of how your story closes and how your day closed with Kevin?
Rick, I would love to hear you say it.
You said basically when the interview was over, or Durant assumed that it was over, quote, all right, now get your ass out of here. You got what you wanted. Big finish. Big finish.
Oh, man. That's pretty good, Rich. That's a pretty good invitation, man.
Is that how it sounded?
That's how it is right there, Rich. But I had to hear you say it, man. It was even more better that way.
But I guess that's a little hint to the New York media that he understands what everybody's looking for or what they want, and when he gives it or why he doesn't give it. I think that's a little window into it, right?
Nah, and the way we started off the interview, you know, because I was over there for probably a good hour and a half. just talking, checking in on him.
Mm-hmm.
And then at one point he was like, "All right, you didn't come over here for nothing. I'll give you something good." Yeah, that's how we got into the interview. So he's media savvy. He know what it's about.
So you didn't go over there with him saying, "Come over, we'll do an interview."
I went over there with the premise. He knew I wanted to interview.
Okay.
So, but he didn't promise me. He didn't promise it to me. And so I went over there, first, checking on him, seeing what's going on, how he living, how the rehab going, and then there was no promise. And then, like I said, about an hour and a half into it, he was like, "Look, I know you didn't come over for nothing. All right, I'll give you something good. Let's go."
Well, I'm glad he did it because
that's how I started.
I love it. I'm glad he did it because he answered a lot of questions a lot of fans want to know the answer to. So great stuff as always, Chris. Thanks for the call.
Thanks, Rich. Take care, my
You
guy.
got it. Chris Haynes from Yahoo Sports, at Chris B. Haynes on Twitter. I follow him. He is a great follow right here on The Rich Eisen Show.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.